Hello, welcome back to RS Links. In this video, I'm going to show you an easy way how you can hardwire in a dash cam into a Volkswagen Group car. I'm currently sitting in a Volkswagen ID.7, but this technique will work on multiple cars if you have a rain sensor for your wipers in the mirror housing. Where your mirror is, there's like a little box inside there. If you take the panel off, we're going to disconnect a cable. We're going to connect in a device from Dongar Technologies, which will then piggyback off the power and give you a USB port. I've also got a discount code for this device as well, so please look in the comments of this video. It will save you up to 12% off the cost of the device, so you can save a little bit of money off that. So when I originally bought this, it was listed as being compatible with a Porsche, but I recognized that the harness would probably fit my car as well because it had the same connectors. So I took a chance and I bought it, and it does work. But if you visit the website today and click on search by vehicle at the top, you can see all the other vehicles and manufacturers that are supported by either this device or one similar. So it will fit a multitude of vehicles. They all have different wiring harnesses, so you can always choose the right one. For this instance, we're going to go to Volkswagen, and then we're going to go to ID.7, and you can see that all the ones listed here are the same device. So if we click on there, we can see the device, and then you'll see that it's pre-selected the right harness. In this instance, it's the LRS harness. There are lots of other harnesses to fit different cars. And if you want to buy this, add it to your car, and then you'll see you get a discount on there of, I think that's 12%. Shipping's quite quick, so it should only take a few days or so, and then you can install it. So this is a very easy way to get a dash cam hardwired into your car without having to mess with the fuse box and fuses and piggyback fuses and routing cables and pulling off trim and everything else. It really is the most easiest way that I found to actually wire in a dash cam. So it's so simple, you can probably do it in less than 5 minutes. And I know because I've wired dash cams before. I did one for my ID.3, and you are literally scraping your knuckles, pulling off this, unscrewing that, everything else. This is very, very simple. So I'll show you how to do that. So before we start, I'll just show you what you get in the box. So you get a little kind of device for removing some trim. You get the USB port here with the cable. So what we're essentially going to be doing is unplugging this cable from the car already and plugging it into this, and then plugging this one into the car. You also get some USB cables. So there's a USB-C, there's a USB-B, and I think there's a USB-A as well, but I've taken this out of this, so you get some cables as well. And that's literally all you need. So the first thing we need to do is just move your mirror out the way, and then we've got to remove this panel here because this is going to give us access to the wires and things inside. Now you can use a panel trim to remove this if you put it in here and wedge it, but I'm just going to literally pull it off with my fingers because it is quite easy. Just be careful not to snap any tabs. And we've got this off, and just watch out for this here. This is the actual sensor. This is getting actually quite warm. So if you've just driven your car and you've come back again, just give it a few minutes just to cool down because you don't really want to touch this while you're messing inside. So once you've got the panel off, you'll reveal the wires. Now I suggest we remove this wire, just unclip it, move it out of the way. And then we've got a block connector here that we can move down, and it's the connector on the top here, this one, that we want to pull out. So you can just grab it by the wires and just slide it backwards, and this is now out, and you can see it's got 3 pins on there, and it's just got a little kind of leg on the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our USB connector, the new one, and we're just going to clip that into here, like this, clip that in, and then we're going to take the other side of the connector and then clip that back into the place where we've just unplugged the other one. So move this down again and plug this into the top. Now it'll only go in one way, so you can't get it in the wrong way around. And just get it near to the hole and then just push it in like there. So that's nice and clipped in. And we've now got the USB port just here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the wire that we moved out of the way and clip that back in again in this little clip on this side here. That's clipped back in. And now I'm just going to route the cables back a bit just to make them a little bit flatter. You can push this one back up again, the one that you just moved down earlier. It actually clips back into a little housing, so you can watch that. And then I'm going to take the USB and I'm going to connect a USB cable to it. I've got here, so just going to connect this up so that this is all kind of already in and ready, so I can route the cable afterwards. So that's there. So just secure it in here, and I'll get back to you in 2 seconds. So you can see here that I've got the USB port there, I've got my cable plugged in here, and I've wedged it between plastic lugs in there. Unfortunately, it's quite hard to tie wrap in because there isn't any suitable place to put it on. But now all we need to do is just slide back the cover like this, just lining it up properly. And then what will happen is the actual cable will able to route to one side between the panel and the bulkhead. So push that back in like this. So once you get the panel back on, you can have the cable coming out to the side, ready to have your dash cam on the left-hand side. Put it on the left, because if you put it on the right-hand side, you could get stopped by the police because it's obscuring your view. So put it on the left-hand side. So all that remains to be done now is to attach our camera to the windscreen and plug it in. When you plug it in, it will power on straight away because this is a permanent live feed. It isn't a switch feed. I was a little bit dubious about this when I figured this out, but I can say that I've been using this for a few weeks now and I've not had a problem. I haven't flattened the battery in the car. I haven't not been able to start the car or anything like that. Now, it could be down to my camera because it does have its own battery in there and it does charge up periodically as it needs to. But I think it just gives you a bit of added protection having a 24-hour camera that's always recording. So thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And if you know anyone who's wanting to fit a camera into their car, then please recommend this video to them because it is a very, very easy way to do this. I will put the link in the description of how you can get this with a slight discount. So yeah, thank you for watching.